Okay, today I'm making some apple fritters. It's just basically apples, flour, eggs, milk, cinnamon sugar, baking soda. I put a little bit of allspice in there because I like allspice with the apples. And you're going to cut up, I got 3 cups of apples, peeled, cored, cut up into chunks. Now you can make the chunks any size you want. I like them about this big, so they have a little substance to them. That's about 5 small apples. That's what I had left over sitting in the fridge. And it calls for cinnamon sugar, and I didn't have any cinnamon sugar. It actually calls for a cup, but I'm only doing a half a cup in these. You can put in as much or as little sugar as you want to. So there's our flour. You got 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour, half a teaspoon of salt, uh, two teaspoons of baking powder, and that's the allspice sitting in there. I only put a half a teaspoon of allspice. The cinnamon sugar, you're going to mix, since I'm only doing a half a cup, I'm going to do a half a cup of sugar and 2 tablespoons of cinnamon. Get my cinnamon ready here. Hopefully I got enough. We'll go through a lot of cinnamon here. That's 1. That's 2. Then you just take a small whisk and whisk the sugar with the cinnamon. Get it all mixed up in there. And I'm just going to combine that with the rest of our dry ingredients there. Mix up our cinnamon sugar with the flour and the allspice. Get out our eggs and milk. We're going to mix all the ingredients together and start heating up the pan for deep frying them. Looks like I don't have enough vegetable oil to do it with, so I'm going to have to put this in the ice box, which will actually be easier to handle when you're frying it. Keep it cold. And I'm going to have to run to the store and get probably 1 bottle of vegetable oil. Okay, there's our eggs beaten up there. And I was wrong on the milk. It's going to be 2/3 cup. Now, when you're mixing your dry ingredients with the wet ingredients, you can taper it off. If it's too wet, just add a little more flour to it. If it's too dry, add a little more milk. And it calls for 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil in here. You're going to mix that in with your wet ingredients. I always forget stuff. So again, just 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil. Oops, a little too much vegetable oil there. Made a little splash. But that's okay, it wasn't too much more. You got that all mixed in. Pour that in with your dry ingredients here. And then combine it real good. Be sure you scrape the bottoms and the sides there to get it all mixed in. Kind of need 2 hands here. Smells good with that cinnamon and allspice in here. That's about the good consistency right there. A little thicker. It's not too thin. Now you're going to put your apples in and probably switch out to a spatula to mix those in there with, so you don't get apples stuck in your whisk. Let me grab a spatula. Excuse me, spatula. Yeah, that's nice right there. Lots of apples. You can smell the apples and allspice and cinnamon all together. Well, I can smell it. You guys can't, but it smells good. Looks like I got 1 seed in there. Need to get that out. Don't want seeds in my apple fritters. Got it. Okay, that's our apple fritter mix. Lots of apples in there. That's what you want. Now, a lot of people put really sickening sweet glaze on these things and probably use twice the sugar that I did. I like it more like a bread than a really sweet pastry. But that's up to you. If you like the glazing on there, make some glazing and put on there. I'm not doing that because I don't like it on there, but some people do. Alright, let me get this oil started. We can get these things fried up. Taking those out. Now, remember, before I put it in there, you're going to let the oil heat back up to 375. And do them for 5 minutes per side. And that should be it for these things. It's only going to make about probably 8 of them, maybe 9. I made pretty big ones though. You get a lot more out of them if you just do a little smaller drop on there, but I did what I did. Let me put the rest of these in here and we'll be good to go. All right. Thanks, guys. If you like my content, hit that like button, subscribe, share, comment, and all that jazz. Hit that notification bell. Thank you. Have a good weekend. Okay, that's about 3 minutes there. 4 minutes. Getting ready to flip them over here in another minute. Smells good in here. And they look alright. Doesn't really matter how they look, it matters how they taste. Alright, let me flip these things over. Let's see what they look like. Oh yeah, nice and brown there. Give them a couple minutes on this side, and then do the rest of them. At this point, when you take them out, if you want to put some powdered sugar on there, that'd be the time to do it while they're still warm. I'm not putting any on there, but you guys can. Long time ago, we'd get bored at the house, me and wife, and want beignets and coffee, and we just make them at home. That's a little harder dough, because you have to use yeast with that and let it rise. Same idea that you're just going to fry dough, and they go good with coffee. These go good with coffee too. Alright, let me take these things out of here and drain them. I'll put some more in there.